Ladies and gentlemen, gather round as we tackle the age-old mystery of the tiny living room. You know, that magical space where you need to fit a couch, a coffee table, and storage, and still have room to breathe? But fear not, for we have found the secret sauce. DIY projects to rescue you from your spatial conundrum. Introducing 12 living room projects and storage hacks, turning cramped quarters into a roomy retreat, Part 1. Brought to you by the wizards at Simp Home. This list will inspire you to transform your mini parlor into a spacious sanctuary. Hold on to your seats, if they fit, and let's dive in. A DIY sideboard and bench made from Besta from Ikea. Folks, prepare yourselves for the first living room magic trick. You see that tiny space over there by the window with a garden view? We're about to transform it into a genius combo of sideboard and bench. And all it takes is a little DIY wizardry and some Ikea Besta cabinets. First, let me introduce you to our 3 cabinet musketeers, 2 shorties and a tall one. We'll connect the shorties like conjoined twins to form the seat, and the tall one will act as the proud backrest. Then, like a woodworking sorcerer, we'll attach a wooden panel on top of the connected cabinets, molding it into their shape like a glove. Now for the grand finale. We'll slide our magical sideboard bench creation right by the window, where it'll bask in the sunlight and garden views. But wait, there's more. Do you see that sneaky 30-centimeter gap left behind the tall cabinet? We're going to extend the top panel to the wall and install another wooden panel underneath, creating bonus storage space out of thin air. So strap in, folks. This comedy of carpentry is about to turn your cramped living room into a storage and seating wonderland. The DIY floating shelving idea from oak wood. Welcome back to the Small Living Room Chronicles. This time, Hannah will be your instructor, and today we'll embark on a hilarious journey into the world of DIY to conquer the clutter in your cozy living room. Introducing a simple but sturdy floating wall shelving idea. Now, picture a shelf so simple yet so powerful it can tame the wildest craft items and keep your decorations in check. We're going for oak instead of pine here because, let's be real, we want our shelves to be strong enough to hold Aunt Marge's antique teacups without buckling under pressure. Here's the master plan. We'll need 3 boards with 2, 6, and 12 inches widths. And because we're ambitious, we're making not 1 but 2 phenomenal shelves. Cut those boards in half like a samurai slicing through the clutter. Next up, we'll pre-drill and screw the 1x6 board to the 1x12 board like a match made in DIY heaven. Then we'll nail the 1x2 board to the front of the 1x12, giving our shelf that extra touch of finesse. Finally, we'll sand the shelf to a smooth finish and apply a stain and semi-gloss polyurethane coat that'll make it shine brighter than the North Star. So remember, folks, when life gives you a small living room, just shelf it, because where there's a wall, there's a way. The powered sofa shelf idea. Hey there, clutter-busting comrades. It's time to tackle the tangled mess that plagues our living rooms. Yes, I'm talking about those pesky cords. Fear not, for I bring you the electrifying solution, the powered sofa shelf idea. Together, we'll zap that chaos and put the power back in your hands. Picture this. A sleek shelf with built-in powered outlets taming those unruly cords and keeping your living room looking shockingly neat. Let's plug into the step-by-step process. Step 1, measure your couch like a seasoned detective and install 3 brackets in the perfect spot to support your shelf. Step 2, cut, prime, and paint a pine board that'll serve as the foundation of your cord hiding haven. Step 3, drill holes in the board for your cords to sneak through, then attach the shelf to the brackets like a superhero clinging to a building. Don't forget to add a wooden attachment beneath each hole to hold your charging cords like a gentle, caring embrace. Step 4, extend the shelf down on both sides about 8 inches, creating a curtain of order to hide the mess from the world. And there you have it, folks, a powered sofa shelf that'll keep your living room as neat as a freshly charged battery. So when life throws cords at you, build a shelf and let the sparks fly. The Pixelated End Table project idea. Hey there, armchair aficionados. Has your favorite chair been feeling lonely without a table to hold your coffee? Worry no more, for today we'll craft a dazzling and functional companion, the reversible Pixelated End Table. Grab your tools and let's dive into this woodworking wonderland. First, gather 30 board feet of walnut and ash wood for that chic two-tone look that'll make your neighbors green with envy. Now, let's begin our masterpiece. Construct 3 pieces of 1x3 layers of 24-inch wood strips and glue them together to form the heart of our creation, a sturdy 3x3 central column. From there, like an architect designing a skyscraper, build the top and bottom by expanding row by row from long strips to the shortest until you've achieved an 11x11 grid of pixelated perfection. After gluing, clamp every row in a place like a bear hug from a lumberjack and let it dry. But be warned, my friends, we're now entering the sanding zone. With tight corners aplenty, you'll be sanding the table longer than your favorite sitcom's reruns. And success! You've created a stunning reversible pixelated end table that'll be the talk of the town. So the next time you find yourself without a table for your coffee, just remember, it's your chance for your DIY magic to shine and save the day. The Infinity Mirror Coffee Table Project Idea. Hey there, living room adventurers! Have you ever dreamed of a coffee table that's out of this world? Well, today's your lucky day. Get ready to blast off into the cosmos with our Infinity Mirror Coffee Table DIY project. Picture this: an idea lac table transformed into a mesmerizing centerpiece. We'll need glass, a mirror, solar film, wood, and an LED strip. Step 1. Saw off the top of your lac table and sand those edges like you're polishing the surface of the moon. Step 2. Craft a wooden frame to fit the void you've created, then paint it black like the infinite abyss of a docile black hole that won't stretch your mortal body to a spaghetti. Step 3. Draw a small wormhole in one corner of the frame and thread the LED strip through it. Apply the solar film to the glass as if you're tinting the windows of your very own spaceship. Step 4. Assemble your interstellar creation. Place the mirror at the base, insert the frame, and connect the LED strip. Finally, lay the glass with the solar film facing down as if gazing into the heart of a galaxy. Connect the strip of the power and behold the Infinity Mirror Coffee Table, where form meets function, and your living room becomes the gateway to the cosmos. So remember, when life gives you a lac, make it infinite. A DIY acrylic coffee table project idea. Hey, my tiny living room makeover enthusiasts! Are you looking to make your space feel lighter, airier, and more spacious? Then get ready to float on cloud 9 with this DIY acrylic coffee table idea. Picture a coffee table that's practically invisible, making your living room feel like it's got more room to breathe. How do you make this magic happen? With acrylic panels, a wood top, and a sprinkle of DIY fairy dust. Step 1. Get yourself some half-inch thick acrylic to support the top, like a Marvel Silver Surfer. To cut it, channel your inner lumberjack and use a wood blade with plenty of carbide-tipped teeth on a table or circular saw. Remember, slow and steady wins the race, or at least doesn't crack the acrylic. Step 2. It's time to drill, baby, drill. Make holes through the acrylic using a regular 1/4-inch wood bit like a dentist for see-through furniture. Line up the acrylic and wood, then drill holes onto the wood's edge with an 1/8-inch drill bit. Step 3. Let's connect those parts like a jigsaw puzzle made of acrylic and wood. Do the same for the bottom support, and your very own floating coffee table is now completed. So next time you're feeling cramped in your small living room, remember to float above the clutter with this DIY acrylic coffee table idea. Your space and your sanity will thank you. Well, that's it for now. Before you leave this presentation, we'd like to appreciate every second you spend watching this video. If we deserve more of your attention in the future, press the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Like the video if you believe it'll motivate the YouTube algorithm to push the video to more people. Honestly, though, it is more like a myth to us, so feel free to move on with your plan after the video ends. Lastly, we hope you have great luck with your health and project, and we'll see you again soon.